A new RMC has been announced for North America. This time is going to Iowa to Lost Island Theme Park. They're getting a Raptor. This is huge.
Yeah, so before we even talk about Lost Island, I just want to address the fact that we've been in a little bit of an RMC drought as of late. So like we know they have projects in the works, right? Like there's been stuff shown online and everything of like little bits of construction here and there, but this is the first time we've had like a big RMC announcement in a little while. Like,
yeah.
It's been a bit.
Yeah, we know they're doing a Raptor for like South Korea, and they just did some work on like T-Express, and like the big thing for 2024 was Fire in the Hole.
Yeah, but other than that, we haven't gotten any like big high thrill RMC announcements in a while. So like the fact that one, we're getting an RMC, and two, that it's going to a park that like really needs that standout attraction is just a win all around.
I don't think anyone really had this on their bingo card until Lost Island over the past couple of months has been subtly like dropping some hints that like they might be working with RMC.
I tried the new hot sauce. Would you say that it has the bite of a raptor, or the flavor's bold like a wild moose?
I'd say it's bold.
Bold like a wild moose?
Yes, bold like a wild moose.
Or is it
Bite of a raptor.
has the bite of a raptor?
Wild moose.
Wild moose? Wild moose, awesome.
We didn't really know what direction they were going to go in, but they bought the standard Raptor model that is a clone of Stunt Pilot over at Silverwood. So this is the next generation Raptor, so it has the upgraded trains. There's some slight reprofiling from like the original Wonder Woman and Railblazer models. I also think it's really funny that a clone of it is going to a park that's in the middle of nowhere when Silverwood inherently is also kind of in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean, here's the thing, is like the Raptor concept was originally for lower budget parks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it just got bought up by like these big chains because it was that good. Like they just appeared to be that good, and they are very eye-catching. Now it's really cool to see that they're starting to like make their way into like the original market they were looking to
Absolutely.
go for.
Yeah, I certainly agree with that. I mean, I'm glad that this was in the budget of Lost Island. I feel like that's an important thing to address because this is a park that historically has been kind of struggling with attendance. I read a quote that it's common for them to break even most days. That's not exactly what you want to hear. I definitely get the vibe that they're able to afford this because of how well the water park does. Lost Island originally just started off as a water park. The theme park only opened recently. The first year they really struggled. They opened late.
There's a lot of like lack of marketing as
Yes,
well.
And they've been pretty candid about that. They've admitted that they should have marketed better. They admitted some of their mistakes, like buying the SLC. They literally said like, yeah, we didn't know when SLC was when we bought that. So it seems like this is almost like a, we're sorry, please forgive us. We're gonna buy something that like we know people will like.
Yeah, and I mean, they already have Matugani in the park, right? Which is a great, like, supporting cast member. But I think this is going to be the highlight, for sure.
Yeah, so it's going in the Fire Realm. This is directly to the left-hand side when you walk into Lost Island. It's where their dark ride is. Matugani is also pretty close by. There's 2 parcels of land where this could be going in, pretty much either to the left or right of their main Volcano dark ride. So we don't actually know where it's going. But either way, this will be a ride that is going to be featured pretty prominently up front. You're going to see it right as you're walking in.
Well, and here's the thing. If you remember seeing our footage of Lost Island, everything is visible from the front entrance, pretty much.
It's very flat.
Everything's flat, and there's not a lot of trees. You can literally see everything. So as of right now, we don't have like an animated POV or off-ride or anything to show. But like we said, this is a clone of a ride that already exists, so you're just going to be looking at a whole bunch of that. We do have, however, a photo of what the lead car will look like.
It's quite the lead car. It is a wild design.
Yeah, I looked at it, I was like, whoa, okay. But one thing that Lost Island is definitely already known for is their theming. The theming, with everything they've done, has been fantastic.
It looks great.
So I'm not surprised that they kind of went for like a whoa, like lead car instead of something more generic.
Sure, yeah, and I'm curious to see what else they'll put around this attraction. I could see, you know, with a name like Fire Runner, they could put literally like pieces of like a volcano around it, you know, just kind of dress it up.
Or like fire effects. Why
Yeah.
not?
Oh, sure. Yeah. There's a lot of potential with this. I do think it is interesting that will mean that their 3 big roller coasters all go upside down. I thought that was an interesting choice. I like the idea of a Raptor at this park. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying it was the best choice, but I think all things considered, what they're really looking for is drive in their attendance. They need a wow ride, and Raptors are wow rides. So I understand the reason for it. People just want to sit on these things, just ride it over and over again. Among the attractions of Lost Island, I think this will probably be the second most aggressive ride in the park because the SLC is completely unhinged. But I think this will probably
not in a good way though.
No, this will be in a much more enjoyable way. 52 miles per hour, 1,950 feet of track. If you've done Stunt Pilot, you've done Fire Runner, with the exception of the fact that this will have a longer train. This will be a 12-car train, like some of the other Raptors, like Jersey Devil or Wonder Woman Flight of Courage. Not Stunt Pilot, which was already a longer train from the original ones, like Railblazer. That was an 8-car train. Stunt Pilot upgraded to 10 cars. Now they're adding 2 more.
Yeah, so sitting in the back row is going to be even more wild.
I can't wait. Yeah,
I love it.
It's going to be great.
I do find it interesting that a park that has like less guests is putting in higher capacity on this ride than like others.
Well, I mean,
it's interesting.
Frankly, I fully expect them to run 1 train on this most of the time. Like, they're really not going to need to run 2. It's a quick ride.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you have a second one in case so you can like swap them out maintenance wise, but I agree with you.
Now, the one thing that I will say is kind of interesting is when you look at the rides they already had in this park, I felt like the most obvious gap in their collection was a good family coaster, because they have the Wacky Worm, and then you have Matugane, which has a launch, and then a couple of inversions. So I think this is awesome. I can't wait. I'm really excited for them. But I hope that, assuming this does well for their attendance set, next they do a family-driven experience.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I think actually the Earth section would be really cool as a Woody.
Oh, yeah. I love that idea. Mm-hmm. Literally, gravity group, family wind coaster.
Or like a power splash or something in the water area.
Ooh, yeah. That could be really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of potential.
A lot of their clientele so far has been coaster enthusiasts, whereas usually at theme parks, enthusiasts make up like a small percentage.
Yeah.
So the parks aren't really directing their attention towards them. It's more about like, what can we put in that is gonna please the masses more.
Yeah.
Whereas they are very aware that coaster enthusiasts have been like the thing keeping this park going.
The ones who are out there saying, hey, go out, check out Lost Island, make the trip, it's worth it. And so, again, this is like a thank you to them. It's like, all right, we're listening to you. You all really like RMC. You really like these Raptor models. We can afford that. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. Like, it's definitely like an expression of gratitude, for sure.
Sure. I mean, I think about if they didn't make this announcement, I don't know that I'd be going to Lost Island next year. But now that they've announced this, yeah, we'll probably put Iowa in our plans.
Yeah, I mean, at RMC, come on.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Us.
Let us know what you think down in the comments below of Fire Runner coming to Lost Island Theme Park in Iowa. We're super excited about this, and we hope that you guys are too. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.